Marcus, a 25-year-old young man, had been working at Tesla for about 3 months. While his co-workers exchanged laughter during breaks or grumbled about the morning traffic, Marcus kept mostly to himself. He was always the first to arrive and the last to leave. Nobody knew the truth about Marcus, that he was homeless. Every evening after his shift, Marcus would slip out of the factory gates, his lunchbox tucked under his arm, and walk to his small park a few blocks away. There, under a cluster of trees, he would unroll an old sleeping bag and settle in for the night. The nights were cold, but Marcus never complained. He had been through worse. Losing his wife to cancer a year ago had nearly broken him, and after losing his house to mounting medical bills, he had hit rock bottom. But Marcus was a fighter. He refused to beg. Every day, he cleaned himself up in the gas station bathroom, pressed his uniform as best he could, and reported to work like any other man. As far as Marcus was concerned, dignity was free, and he wasn't going to let the world take that away from him. It was on a quiet Tuesday afternoon that fate took a sharp turn. Word spread that Elon Musk himself was visiting the floor. Workers whispered excitedly, craning their necks for a glimpse of the man who had changed the face of electric cars forever. When Elon finally appeared, flanked by managers and engineers, the factory floor stilled. He wasn't wearing a suit, as Marcus expected, but a simple black shirt and jeans. He stopped to shake hands and ask questions about production. At that moment, Marcus was bent over a faulty battery pack, completely absorbed in his work. He didn't notice the footsteps approaching until it was too late. "What's going on here?" a calm voice asked. Marcus looked up, and there he was. Elon Musk, standing just a few feet away, watching him with quiet curiosity. Sir, the battery pack wasn't aligning properly, so I'm adjusting the frame," Marcus replied, stumbling over his words. Elon nodded slowly, crouching down to take a closer look. "You figured this out yourself?" "Yes, sir. I just noticed it wasn't working right." For a few moments, Elon said nothing. Then, he stood up and looked at Mr. Anderson, Marcus's supervisor, who was sweating nervously nearby. "Give this man a proper acknowledgement," Elon said, pointing at Marcus. "It's people like him who keep this place running." The factory workers erupted into murmurs, and Marcus's face turned red as a few people clapped lightly. But Marcus didn't care about the attention. He just wanted to get back to work. Elon gave him a small nod and moved on, but something about the encounter lingered. As Elon walked away, he looked over his shoulder one last time and saw Marcus quietly pick up his tools and resume his task. There was something different about him, something Elon couldn't put his finger on. That evening, as Marcus packed up to leave, he was stopped by Mr. Anderson. "Good work today, Marcus," he said. "Thank you, sir," Marcus replied quietly before heading out the gates. What Marcus didn't know was that Elon Musk had taken notice of more than just his hard work. Later that night, sitting in his office, Elon asked his assistant to pull up information on Marcus Jones. And when Elon saw the truth, the late addresses, the absence of a phone number, and the irregular records, he sat back in his chair, stunned. The young man was homeless. Elon didn't say a word for a while. Then, he picked up his phone, dialed a number, and simply said, "Find him. And do it by morning." Something big was about to happen, and Marcus Jones had no idea that his life was about to change forever. Marcus awoke the next morning to the usual chill biting at his face. After packing up his sleeping bag and tucking it under his arm, Marcus headed to the gas station to freshen up. He looked at his reflection in the cracked mirror and sighed. Another day. At the factory, workers whispered in small groups, sneaking glances at Marcus as he passed. Marcus frowned. Was something going on? He ignored it and clocked in, grabbing his tools and getting to work. But before he could even get started, he felt a tap on his shoulder. Turning around, Marcus found himself staring into the face of a man in a sharp black suit. "Marcus Jones?" the man asked. "Yes," Marcus replied, confused. "Mr. Musk wants to see you. Follow me." Marcus's heart dropped. What could Elon Musk possibly want with him? Workers watched as Marcus followed the man through the factory, whispering behind him. Soon, Marcus was led to an office, a bright, sleek space that smelled like fresh coffee. And there, sitting behind the desk, was Elon Musk himself. "Marcus," Elon said with a small smile, "sit down." Marcus hesitated before slowly sinking into the chair. "I found out something last night," Elon continued, his voice calm but serious. "I know you're sleeping outside. Is that true?" Marcus froze. His hands gripped his knees tightly. "Don't worry," Elon said gently. "You're not in trouble. I just want to help." Marcus's mouth opened slightly, but no words came out. No one had ever said that to him before. "I know you're a hard worker. You don't complain, you don't ask for favors. That's rare. People like you deserve better." Elon stood up and handed Marcus a small envelope. "There's an apartment ready for you, fully paid for a year. And a car to get you there." Marcus stared at the envelope, his hands shaking as he took it. "Why? Why would you do this for me?" he asked. Elon smiled. "Because you've earned it." Tears welled up in Marcus's eyes, and for the first time in years, he let them fall. By the end of the day, the entire factory was buzzing with the news. Marcus Jones, the quiet, hard-working man everyone overlooked, had been given a second chance at life by Elon Musk himself. Marcus moved into his new apartment that night. The keys felt strange in his hands, like something out of a dream. He opened the door to a fully furnished home, a warm bed, a kitchen stocked with food, and even a TV. For the first time in years, Marcus slept under a real roof. And this time, it wasn't temporary. Elon Musk is a kind man, a very generous man. He changed my life in a second without thinking twice, despite the fact that I'm only a worker and not his family member, Marcus muttered to himself. And this brings us to the end of the story. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends too. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.